Right, it's international break, so let's have a bit of fun and go through my predicted 2034 England World Cup starting 11. That's in 9 years. Who do you think is going to be managing, mate?
Jose Mourinho.
In goal, I'm going to go with James Trafford. It seems like we've got a bit of a dearth of young goalkeepers. I'm not convinced by Trafford, to be honest, but Dean Henderson's going to be past it by that point, and there's just not much else to choose from. At right back, Trent will be well into his 30s, so I'm going to go with the younger option of Tino Livramento. I'm going to go with a centre back partnership of two players who will be in their absolute prime come this tournament. We'll go Levi Colwill as left centre back, and we'll go Jared Branthwaite slightly out of position at right centre back. I'm sure I can manage. Those to me are just the two outstanding young English centre backs at the moment. And left back, quite a boring choice. I'm going to go Lewis Hall to be a Premier League regular at 20 years old. Yeah, that's a pretty safe bet. I think Rico Lewis will fill in across the two fullback positions. I think his ceiling's probably slightly lower than Hall and Livramento, but his versatility is going to go a long way. I'm going to go for a double pivot of Mainu and Wharton. I think with Wharton sitting back, dictating play, he's probably doing it week in, week out for a top club by this point, and he's been in his prime years for a while. It gives Mainu the freedom to get about the pitch a bit more, kind of, carry the ball up the field. I think over the next 8 years, he's going to grow into one of the best centre mids we've seen in a while. So on the right, I've gone Max Darman. It's crazy to think he's still going to be 23 when this tournament rolls around. In the 10, I've gone with Ethan Nwaneri. I think he's just nailed to be the outstanding creative midfielder over the next 10 years. On the left, I've gone Rio Nigmoa. I'm not sure who else it could be. I think Rogers will be into his 30s by then, so probably a little bit past it. And he just seems like, for his age, easily the outstanding English left winger. And striker was my biggest issue. It seems like we've got a bit of a dearth of top young strikers at the moment. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Liam Delap is probably the only starter out of all the under 22 strikers for England. So I've gone a bit different, and I've said by this point, Bellingham will have converted into a striker. He'll be starting the tournament as our number 9. And I think Bukayo Saka is going to kind of buzz around that front four, maybe play as a 10, and just kind of be a bit of a utility option. He'll be into his 30s by then. I also think Jack Hinchelwood could be a great utility option by then. He'll be 29. I expect to see him as a regular in the England team